Alright guys, here's the Mossberg 590, and I'm going to give you a couple updates of things that I've done so far to it. And just to let you see and give you some ideas, maybe that you could use for your shotgun. I'm also going to get into some talk, kind of talking about my experiences and the differences between the Remington 870 and this Mossberg. I ran a Mossberg, or a Remington 870 for years, never failed me. Never had any problems with it, but I'm going to tell you a couple of things that I like better about this Mossberg. I have nothing against any Remington 870 or Remington shotgun whatsoever. I've never had one fail me, but there's just a couple of things that I like better about this shotgun, and probably only one of them kind of pertain to me in particular. But first, let's go over a couple of the things I've done. I put the stock one, like I told you guys I was going to do, the original speed feed stock here. That's what I like to run. It gives me a longer length of pull. You know, I have long arms and things like that. I put the hand stop right there for now, and not sure if that's where that's going to stay. I'm going to have to do some adjusting with it maybe, you know, once I get the AFG on here. Because the AFG is going to go here, and probably the TRS-25 up here for now. And what's cool is with this, this is called a B-square mount, this mounting system on here. There's a square notch underneath where this is lifted up that I can still use my bead sight right through the bottom of this. So like I could shoot this shotgun right now and use it like a standard shotgun, just like if there were no rail on it, because I can look right through back here and there's a cut and I can see straight through to the bead sight. Another thing I was going to tell you guys about, it's really cool in these Mossbergs, is look at those two the metal rings on the end there that go over the magazine tube. Really beefy, really sturdy rings. Another thing I did to this was it had a sling swivel stud here behind where the bayonet attaches, but there was no loop. Okay, so I ordered an Uncle Mike's quick detach loop and threw it on there, and now I have the sling attached like that. So that's another thing I did. I completely disassembled it and cleaned all the parts, and you know, got that all cleaned out pretty well. And, you know, like I said, a few more things will be coming for this. I put in the Wolf extra power tube spring that's for the 8+1 to give me a total of 9 shots in this shotgun. And that thing really works out well. I can still feed all 8 in there really securely, but it's a more secure feeling when I load the shotgun. When I chamber the shotgun and pump through the rounds, okay? So let me tell you a couple of things that I like about this shotgun. Now, one of these things I'm going to tell you about here is kind of only going to pertain to very few of the population because I shoot left-handed. As most of you guys probably know, I shoot my guns left-handed. And so one of the perks is having this safety here on the rear of the shotgun right here, okay? Because, and I put this upgraded one on there, it has a hump on there, so you can really grasp it with your thumb. There's a lump, and this is hardened tool steel. You can get these on eBay. But with the Remington 870 that I had been running, you had the safety down here on the trigger guard, crossbolt, and it was set up for a right-handed shooter. So this is totally ambidextrous here. And my thumb is right in position when I shoulder the shotgun to, you know, activate or disengage the safety like that. So that's one of the things I liked. This may not have been a problem for a lot of you guys, but one of the biggest things that I loved about this shotgun, one of the biggest differences I noticed first thing from the Remington 870 that I really loved was how comfortable it is for me to load shells. And the Remington 870, I don't know why, the rails seemed closer, and it felt like my thumb rode those rails, and when I'd first start loading them, it felt like those rails would almost cut into my thumb, okay? When I load these shells in there, and I push them in, my thumb doesn't hit either side. But in the Remington 870, I remember every time I'd load a shell, my thumb riding along the steel edges of the cut right there on the bottom of the receiver. And good thing there was no jagged edges, because it sure would have tore me open. My thumb would only go in a little bit of the ways too, but I can put my thumb all the way in this clear to the bolt and not touch the sides. that was one of the things that I like the best, believe it or not. And if you load these shotguns a lot, you'll come to find out that that really is something that is going to be a benefit to you, okay, if you have bigger hands and stuff. Another thing I wanted to go over was, that's basically the main differences for me. The Remington 870 never failed me. I don't ever remember a time that the Remington 870 ever one time failed me. So there was no issue there. It's just the safety, being for a left-handed shooter, suits me better on the Mossberg, and the opening to load the shells feels like I'm going from a Yugo sitting in a Cadillac when I push those shells in with my thumb. Just total comfort and thumb not hitting any of the edges on the bottom of the receiver. As far as a shotgun, guys, there is no better weapon for close quarter combat than a shotgun. And I know that, trust me, I'm not the only guy that'll tell you that. Of course, we can't carry a shotgun with us, so that's why we carry handguns. That's my Glock 19. But for close quarter combat, I don't believe that you can beat a shotgun. Now, the myth is that you don't have to aim, and we all know, I'm sure all of us know by now, you do have to aim with a shotgun. But what's nice with a shotgun is, and I've got a video up that demonstrates this, is when you shoot 2 3/4 double-aught buck shells, you are going to get about the spread from just a nominal distance, not very far at all, like in your living room. Your spread is going to be about the bottom of a Coke can or the palm of your hand. So if you take, like, if you turn a pop can upside down, the whole diameter of the bottom of the pop can, that's the spread that it's going to start with at close range. Now, it's going to open up a little bit as it goes, but it's also going to start to lose velocity as it goes, too, as it goes further distances, okay? But if we're talking in your home, you're at least going to have a spread with double-aught buck, from my testing, you're at least going to have a spread about the size of the bottom of a Coke can, or Mountain Dew, whatever, your preferred soda. But you're going to have a, so you compare that to like a single 9mm projectile or a single 40 or 45 caliber projectile, you're going up to this amount right here, okay? So you do have better advantage with a shotgun. You have a better chance of hitting something. You have to aim. You can't just sling it down the hallway and shoot from the hip. But you do stand that much better of a chance of hitting something with a shotgun. And just as far as devastation, the devastating power of a shotgun, it can't be beat for close quarter combat. And I suggest that any of you that want to protect your home, your family, your own lives, if you don't have a shotgun and you have a handgun, you know, and that's what you use, that's fine. But I would seriously one day consider for your home defense plan picking up a shotgun. Remingtons are great. The Mossbergs, whatever model you'd like, you can look into them, and whatever you choose is going to be up to you. There's hundreds and hundreds of things that you can do to both the 870 and this. Maybe thousands of things you can customize these with. They're almost like a Glock. There's parts everywhere for these. The Mossberg 500s, 590s, and the Remington 870s. And you can find these parts anywhere, and you can customize them out however tactical, whatever you want to do to them. But seriously consider putting a shotgun into your home defense plan if you don't have one, because it's a devastating piece of machinery that gives you a definite advantage over an intruder. All right, guys. Until next time, I will come back and give you more updates as probably after I get the AFG grip up on there and the TRS-25. All right, guys. Until next time, this is H4T, and I am out.